This podcast contains strong language, strong opinions, and a twisted sense of humor. Side effects of listening may include uncontrollable laughter, talking back to your speaker, and reevaluating all life choices. If you're still here, after all of that, welcome. You're our kind of people.
Full volume, no filter.
Turn me up.
Welcome to Full Volume, No Filter. I'm your host, Trelane, and I'm here with my boy because everybody else is gone. They're not here.
Yeah.
But the show got to keep moving.
Right.
What's up, Bugsy? How you doing today?
Oh, same old same, man. You know, I got to get loud. Woo! Because it's normally the loud crew.
The loud crew.
Right? So
But
I got to be
come
the
off
loud.
timid and soft as shit.
Right. I got to be the loud dude today because the rest of the crew ain't here. So we got to keep it moving, though. The show got to keep working.
Yep. They had other obligations. So what's up, man? How was your week?
Oh, it's pretty good, man. Life is life, man. I started a new gig, right? And the thing is, it's the funniest thing, man, because like I'm around a lot of people in this particular industry. But what I've noticed is that I used to think like only young people were super messy.
Okay.
But it feels like all these people are kind of up in age, but they like super messy, bro. And the funny thing is, I'm sitting back and I'm just really just listening. And it's almost like every time somebody leave, they'll talk about the other. And I'm like, you were just like powwowing with them and being super cool with them and all that. But
so that's the type of mess you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. And just like one of the things that I got a lady that's pretty much showing me the ropes of what they do at the joint. And she was just like, listen, the way I was able to last here like 18 years is because I don't get involved in kind of like the mess.
I shut my filthy fucking mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
I just stop, like, I guess getting involved with some of the conversations because, man, they so bold with it, bro. Like them white folks, like they'll be like, I can't stand him. Like, and I'm like, he's right at the door. Like he's terrible at his job, and I have to do this for him. And they just blatant. It don't even be like, let me pull him to the side. Let me go to the manager. Let me see. None of it. It just be like you. They literally was like you ain't shit. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, can you do this for me? Yeah, I'll get to it later. I just got to remind you because, you pretty shitty at what you do. I'm like, damn. Like, and in the office, like, it's no problem. I'm just like, the stuff you
That's
can
crazy.
just get away with. Right. I mean, in the workplace, I would never we just talk. If I got an issue with you or whatever, if you slacking on a project that we doing together, we gonna have a conversation. But they go right from 0 to 10.
Is it no HR?
Yeah, it's HR, but shit, somebody got a trick.
Somebody got tricked.
You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, they just taking it like.
So they keep it in-house.
Yeah.
But that's what's up. Because how many jobs you been at where you walking on eggshells? If they can take it, what you worried for?
Bro, listen. I'm talking to, it was this older lady there, man, and she was talking to her employee. So the employee talked to her about an issue she was having with a customer. And the lady started explaining it, but it was so elaborate, her explanation. I'm trying to follow what she's saying too. You know what I mean? So she's trying to put all this content in it for her to deliver the message to the customer. So the employee was like, well, give me a sec. Let me try to make sure I'm getting everything you're saying so I can relay it. She went off like, what do you mean? Obviously you don't want my help. You see, I'm doing something right now. And she just went off. And I'm like, and the girl looked at me, I'm looking at her like, you ain't gonna, you ain't gonna say nothing. She just took it. Took it, man, and walked off. And in my mind, I'm like, this is the worst type of person you want to work for.
Yeah.
Worst type of person, man. Like, there was no patience. She just, whoever talked to her, she just was annoyed with everything. Like, quit then. Find, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do something else. You a terrible ass motherfucker for that shit, man. Like that, by far, man, I have never seen somebody degrade. And it was almost like back in the olden days where you could just say whatever you want to an employee. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the worst shit ever, man. I felt sorry for it. It was more like, bitch, you need to be slapped for that, It was that type of reaction.
I don't feel sorry for people that don't defend themselves. Was she upper management to where they were scared to do it?
That's what I'm saying. She was upper management.
So then that's where HR needs to come into place. If you're scared to defend yourself verbally against upper management, because I'll cuss you the fuck out. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Go to HR. They'll handle it.
You know, and the thing is, it's a weird position to be placed in if you don't know how to vocalize your issue with them, meaning like if they snap on you, you don't know how to, kind of say it professionally, so you don't be involved, because that'll kind of offset it.
Yeah,
you know
keep your emotions intact.
If that puts you in a weird space, especially because right now jobs ain't easy to find.
Right.
And if you're in one of those positions where you're the sole breadwinner, you have to, you got to keep this job for right now, you might have just walked away. And yeah, that's what I mean by in some of these places, it's an HR nightmare. It's an HR nightmare the way some of them were talking about each other, and it wouldn't like, I don't like when people make jokes and start like, they try to say it jokingly, but they telling the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows he's a piece of shit. That ain't funny, motherfucker.
Then why did I laugh?
I know, but I'm just saying,
funny.
like, damn, like, you really calling him a piece of shit.
Right.
Like, so that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if y'all buddy like that, like me and you, if we work together, we can talk that shit. But they not. You know what I mean? They just like, shit, because you upper management, you feel you can do that shit. And an unfortunate thing is that I've seen where similar things was happening, because I've seen CEOs say the most horrendous shit. And then, because HR ain't never for you.
Right.
HR is for the benefit of the company. They make sure they deal with the liability of the company. They'll tell you some bull. Like, if you got an issue, talk to them. But once it's somebody a high ranking, unless they do something that can be lawfully a problem, meaning they touch you, sexually harass you or something like that, words is something different. They'll get a warning, but now you're on the shit list with the CEO, CFO, or whatever the case, and you might as well start looking for another job, because you ain't moving nowhere long as they up there.
Absolutely.
They can remember it.
Yeah.
So it puts you in a weird ass place, man. And that's why I like, man, they should make a law where, if you do a certain thing, you can get your ass slapped at least once a year, and they should roll over every year. So I want to.
You should get a rollover slap.
You should get a rollover slap. You should have 5 slaps in 5 years, and like I just want to take all my shit in January for the shit to go do for the rest of the year.
Fuck you up at the beginning of the year.
At the beginning, so say what you want to say, because you getting this slap.
I got you. It sound like you had a. Well, nothing affected you though.
Nothing affected me. It was real. No, you know what? Something else. Yeah, I know. It seemed like I'm talking a lot, right? It's this other guy that worked there, man, and he started the same time as I started at the place. And this dude's like a car dealer, but he knows everything. Meaning, like everything you talk about, go back to him being a car dealer, like a car manager, some shit. And it's crazy. He keep lying his ass off, right? So I'm looking at him. This dude say he owns a place in Guatemala, and he said his house is on a hill. And he showed me this picture about this new mansion he's trying to buy, whatever, right? And I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, why the fuck you here,
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, we talking, and one of the ladies is a coffee nut. She loves coffee. So I was like, I told her, hey, man, you try this new silk. My man's put me on. It's real good. I drink it too.
When he says man's, he talking about
I'm talking
me.
about you. Right. So it was delicious. And I told her about it. She was like, no, we talking. He's like, yeah, I know coffee, because he said, we own a coffee farm. And I said, man, you sell coffee? And he said, no, because, corporations down in Guatemala, you got a problem, they'll take you out. So I'm like, I'm not understanding. I said, why do you farm coffee then if you don't sell coffee? Well, it's just, we just like coffee. Your family is drinking a whole grove of fucking coffee, growing and shit.
They probably don't want to get into the selling game, and they probably give it away.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. What's the point of farming the shit?
Yeah.
If you're not selling it, it's not like vegetables where you eating it. Y'all not drinking a farm worth of coffee y'all not farming that shit for no fucking reason.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You talk about farming. How much do you have to be considered a farm? Because if you grow fruits and vegetables in back of your yard, are you not farming?
No. Yeah, you're gardening. That's different. Farming
So
and
what's
gardening.
considered farming? That's what I'm saying.
This fucker got acres, he said. His house, bro.
Okay.
He said he got acres. He said it's in the mountains. They got the best of the best. So that was the first thing just hit my head. Now, if he was like, we got a farm and we do coffee, that we drink, but we got, cabbage and squash and other bullshit. This dude said he has a coffee farm that they won't sell coffee. They just grow it. What you doing? How much coffee you drinking, dog? It just felt like an elaborate ass lie for no reason. But that's just an example. Every time you say something, he's that guy.
Okay.
He's that guy. She told him she's trying to lose weight. He told her insulin is terrible. She need a DNA test to find out what she can absorb. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason she can never lose weight. I understand you giving some shit, but I'm like, you just automatically telling her insulin fucked up. Like she trying to show you some shit and train you and shit. And the whole time, every time she try to say something, he cuts off and talk about cars. I'm like, we're not talking about cars, bro. We're not even in that industry. What the fuck are you talking about?
But did you even mention a car one time telling this story?
Never mentioned a fucking car. And this fucker keep talking about him being a car dealer. A car dealer. Bro, we'll be out there talking. I'll say some shit like, man, that trash can is full, man. I'm on my way out. I'll take out the trash. Well, as a car dealer, we never had to take out trash. Bitch, I didn't ask you about. I'm just putting up the trash. Just taking it out. Everything is about that. And I'm just like,
so
man.
he that coworker, you always want to dodge every time they coming around.
Yeah, it's funny as hell. He's from Guatemala. But like I remember the earlier this week was the first time I saw him without like a suit jacket.
Okay.
And he dresses like what you would think an old uncle would dress. Long legs, high water pants. His pants is up right under his nipples, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like an old Italian man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just, and it's just like an old Italian guy. That's what I mean. And like when you take his jacket off, you can hardly see torso. It's just chest, arms, and waist. That's it.
That's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Well, this week, I had a very smooth week. The job that I have is so easy, so smooth. But the last day, which was yesterday,
yeah,
I had the most challenging person that I had to deal with.
Okay, wow.
And while I was taking care of them, I found myself getting frustrated.
Okay.
I found myself getting frustrated, and I don't get frustrated that easy with the people I am dealing with.
Yeah.
For the type of work I do. So, what normally takes me about 15 to 20 minutes and taking care of these type of people took me an hour. They were telling me how to do my job, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what I'm supposed to do, and they don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Because they call for my assistance.
Exactly.
So I wanted to just walk out on this person. Walk out on this person, but I didn't. Had to keep my cool and take care of them the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
My manager was, listening to the conversation and was like, you know what? You did a great job. My supervisor.
Right.
So I'm happy I got through it, but it drained the hell out of me.
So, man, hold on. So when did your supervisor, were they present? They heard it?
They heard, yeah. Well, they heard. And
why didn't they intervene?
Because I had it. I was handling it.
Okay.
I was handling it, but the person was just that type of person.
I get that, but as your supervisor, even when I see an employee kind of handling it, once it go for a certain length of time, I'll step in.
The person had an issue. It had a medical issue. Without me saying so much, you know what I'm saying? Because without me saying so much, they had a medical issue. And regardless of if they stepped in or not, they would have had the same outcome.
Okay.
Right? So I was handling it. It's not that I wasn't handling it. The supervisor usually steps in when you're not handling it. And it goes above your reach. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Yeah. It was just lengthy.
Okay.
And it drained the hell out of me. So when I got off of work, I was exhausted. And I don't get exhausted after work because my job is that easy.
Yeah.
So that was my week. A lot of football practice. The kids had a scrimmage. They lost their scrimmage. The coaching fucking sucks.
It's like that.
If they hear me, y'all suck as coaches. I be on the field trying to tell them, yo, he's in the wrong position. I don't think y'all should be running this. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Damn. So I mean, you don't know any information about the people coaching, do you?
Some of them is their first year.
Oh yeah.
So take the advice, right? Because I'm a coach. Yeah. There's other coaches on the field.
Well, why you just don't coach?
Because I told you I'll choke one of them fucking kids out. And
I get it, but you got to get you a buffer though. If you can, really
my buffer is me not coaching. that's
your buffer. Sanity buffer.
That's my sanity buffer. So yeah, I had to step back because, like I said, and plus I want to enjoy my son playing football.
I get it too, but at the same time, he ain't gonna enjoy this shit when they trash.
No, because I talked to him after. I say, I understand.
That y'all trash.
Just be patient. This is just a warm up until fall ball comes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get your joints moving, get back hitting and getting hit. And when we go to our new team,
it's your spring ball, right?
This is your spring ball.
Okay. Yeah, just I get it.
Yeah.
Get you a little training in, get your wind back. You know what I'm saying? Get acclimated back into the game. So that's what it's more feeling like you're just scrimmaging more, right? Conditioning and scrimmaging, not going through the whole real thing. I get it. Okay.
Absolutely. So it's not a big deal. Now, if I go to this new team and they're looking for a coach, I might step back into the, limelight because I'm a great coach.
Do you think we should be telling them like for real? Like if your son come to you and be like, man, I don't know what's going on with this team. Is it wrong for you to be like, listen, son, your team is trash. It sucks.
Yeah, you can tell them that. It's because, and that goes into one of our topics, right?
Right.
Do people really want to hear the truth?
Yeah.
Do people really want to hear the truth? And I believe people do want to hear the truth. It's how they handle the truth. And that's what it is.
I don't even think that, man. And this is an area where sometimes, depending on the subject and stuff like that, like for instance, I don't think a lot of women want the truth. You know what I'm saying? I think that
they say they do.
Yeah, I know what they're saying, but a lot of ladies that I've ran into and had conversations with is that it's a weird place to be because they want you to say it the way they want to receive it, which is how the hell you know how they want to receive it. So a lot of times when somebody asks me something, I'll ask them, I would like, do you want me to listen or you want my opinion on it and everything like that? Because I tell them, if you ask me a question, you're going to get the answer I give you. You feel me? So I'm going to tell you the truth because I don't believe, ever since I was a kid, I always believed in, I'm not lying to you. What you going to do? Like, don't ask me the question then.
You know what? I would have to say that you have to know who you're talking to, right? You have to know, especially if you're dealing with your wife or your partner.
Yeah.
You have to know who you're dealing with, because if it's, for instance, I'll bring up an example. You said women. If she say, baby, do I look fat? Are you going to say, hell yeah, you look fat? That's something you'll tell your boy, your fat ass. You ain't going to tell her that truth.
No, I get that. I get that. I'm talking, but I get that's what I mean by it's, I know if it was my mom or sister or what, people, I know those people, how they move. But when I'm asked questions by people I don't know that about.
But who you really talking to that's asking you to tell you the truth?
Because it be like, for instance, you might be at work and they'll ask you something.
Okay.
That puts you, like, for instance, you at work, right? And you don't want to really be involved in the bull. But something because I've been in places where I wasn't involved in it, but because I was around. So it's like, you like, oh my God, like what you might say will determine whether or not they feed their family. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not they lose their job or not sometimes. And sometimes you just don't want to be involved in it. You just like do your own investigation without involving me.
But I think that's different from the truth, what we're speaking of. Like, do people really want to know the truth? Like, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, your girl asked you, is she fat? Right? How do you give her the truth without hurting the feelings.
No, but that's what I'll say no. I say you've gained some weight. You gained some weight. If it's the truth and you've gained weight,
that don't mean I'm fat. That means you gained some weight.
And even that's weird to me too, because when you're talking, like if I'm talking to my wife, right? I think loving eyes is some lying asses, because like sometimes my loving eyes don't see her like that, but other people might outside of that.
Right.
She still looks good, like to me. So even if my wife gained weight, unless she was like on one of the 600-pound life or something, it was like really dramatic, I'm still looking like, okay, whatever. She just, put on some pounds. Who cares?
Right.
Like, I don't look at you like you a fatty or something. I never seen her in that light
I don't think nobody else would either, because they didn't know her from the beginning like you did.
But that's what I'm saying.
She only gained weight in your eyes. So what I would say is, can you wear what you wore 5 years ago?
That's what you were saying?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
No, that's a dick statement too.
Well, that's shit. That would answer your question without me even having to tell you. Can you put on what you had on?
I think, I just think, what I think is, you are right. I do think people, they want to know the truth, but I think people need to learn how to handle.
And that's what it is. It's handling the truth.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people need to work on. I believe everybody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear a lie, right?
Right.
And then if you lie, you got to keep lying. That's why I'm so good at it. I'll keep lying.
So you know what? You're a terrible ass fucker for that.
And that's baby, the thing. You look good.
No,
you look good. Or you could just leave the scale out.
No, you know what?
Is it broken? Can you step on this for me?
See, I don't even go by that too, because, and the thing is it's with the whole lying, man. It's I don't know, and the thing I don't even care that I think. With the truth, I think it's worse when you sometimes don't say nothing. And you just start reacting to a change. Meaning, like, if you see that change and let's say you see him gaining weight, you never say nothing, and then you just like, I'm not attracted to him, for instance, right? You lose attraction because they're not 120 pounds anymore like you met them, right? So all this time and stuff, you're making them feel terrible because you don't want to mess with them because you have a problem with their size. Instead of just saying back when, hey, listen, when you started gaining that weight, it's not doing it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And having that genuine conversation. So, make sure.
But that's never a good conversation that you could ever have with let's say a female. Because, women.
I do.
They go through these changes in their body. Their body... they go through the menopause, they go through the childbirth, and they can't control the weight like they used to, right? They're not as young as they used to.
Well, it's not even just that. You gotta look at yourself also. Because my thing is like, I'm not gonna come at you about your weight, and I'm a fat ass, growing to 600 pounds. How dare I? Talk to you about yours, and I'm not even taking care of mine or whatever case. But I've had conversations, for instance, with my wife used to smoke. And I told her, I said, hey, listen, cancer, I had a couple people that passed. My mom passed from cancer and so forth. And not to say that's what she'll get, but I explained to her, I said, hey, listen, I want us to have a long, full life. I'm not talking about normal things that happen because of age, but I don't want us to be I don't want us to have vices that will shorten our lifespan and our time together with me and you, and for our kids, because we just can't put down a cigarette or
right.
A drink, or we can't stop eating cake and shit.
But that's a habit that she picked up. It's nothing that she can control.
But that's what I'm saying. But that was me truthfully telling her, listen, I think this is a problem, but this is why I think it's a problem.
Or can't control. I said can't control, but can't control.
Because the thing is, some people really, they wired to where when they pick up a vice like that, it's really, really hard for them to let it go. Or from what I understand, addicts of something adopt something else. Meaning if you were on drugs or something like that, like heroin addicts, have a tendency to move towards sweets, where they'll eat a lot of sweets. They may gain weight or just eat cookies and stuff like that, because I don't know how it affects the body, but it helps when you're trying to get off of those particular drugs. So I know we swinging into it, but when we talk about, people want the truth. I just don't think people really exactly want to accept the truth. And the problem I have with telling the truth is that I think if you want me to deliver it in a way that's good for you, you have to understand the reverse of it. If
you are,
who I am too, when telling the truth. Because
I would have to disagree on that, because check this out. If you are talking to a child, you don't talk to them like you talk to a grown-up. You're not supposed to. You can, but you're not supposed to, right? So you know how to dumb it down for that child. So why not for the person that you are speaking of saying, but this is me? That this is me thing is kind of toxic. It's kind of narcissistic too, because...
No, but how I'm telling you, and I'm not saying, when we talking, I'm not saying, I'm saying it in an abrasive way. It's just that I'm not really dumbing it down for them. Maybe I'm just straightforward. And because when you're straightforward doesn't mean I'm saying something crazy to you. If you said to me, hey baby, if she said, hey baby, do I look fat in this? And I said, yeah. I'm not saying, oh, you so fucked up. Or it's just I said yes. I answered the question because that may have been who I am. I answered questions directly. That don't make me a terrible person, but you know who I am. You gotta look at me and say, oh my God, he made me feel bad. But if you know who I am and how I move, then that's the answers you know I give to everyone.
Then you should know my answer wasn't malice.
That's what I mean.
Right.
So what happens is that a lot of times we have conversations, especially dealing with something like truth, like we're doing right now, is that it become one-sided because people are looking at it from the point of view of them receiving the news. But you also have to put yourself in that, in the shoes of the person that you're asking. Because if this ain't the person, if you're not comfortable with asking a question to get the truth from somebody that's direct like that, if those direct answers bother you and you know that person, like we said, it's when you know them.
Right.
Then that's why I say, like, before you ask this question to me, do you know what I'm saying? Understand, I'm going to give you my answer. So before you ask that, now, if you go ahead and do it anyway, you're going to receive the answer I give, however you feel about it.
I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you, no, you don't look fat in that dress, and wait till somebody else tell you. That's close to you.
And then you come out and look like...
And then I'd be like, well, you don't look fat to me. So I'm winning at the end of the day.
You know what's the worst shit? Now I'll say this. I don't know why girlfriends do that to each other. Like, I'll see a group of women and some are, dressed a certain way and some look terrible in their outfits, excuse me. And in my mind, I'll be like, man, that your girl ain't shit. Cause like, as guys, all the guys I particularly know, and I'm not saying all guys in the world, but if me and my buddies is going out, we'll rag on you if you look bogus. Right. Like right away. Like, bro, why you wear that? Come on, man. We get at you like that, especially if we going to go for some girls, if we going to the spot because we want to pick up some women, right? We gonna tell you, like, we go clown you, before we even start moving.
Hell yeah.
Ladies won't do that. They'll, some ladies will be like, oh, that's straight, girl.
Because they want to be the flyest bitch on the block.
And I think that's terrible. Tell your girlfriends the truth, G. Listen, if I talk to you all the time, me and you cool. Now I'll tell you, man, you dress like shit if you dress like shit.
And I'll be like, what I got to dress good for? I know what I dress like.
But I'm still telling you the truth. Like, bro, that shit ain't, man, I'm just running to the store. Okay, well, then I get why you dress like that.
But you still look like shit.
Still look like shit.
No,
right.
Absolutely.
So don't let your girl, like, if even my female friends, like, I got friends, and if I see them bogus, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what you got that? Like, why you wearing that?
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, like, man, that shit don't look right on you and everything. And you take it how it is, but I'm going to tell you the truth about it so you're not out there looking like a damn clown.
Nope. I'm going to let you go out there like that because you have a mirror and you should have known what you dressed like. I know what I dress like and still don't care.
Yeah.
But if you dress like that and decide to go out like that, I'm going to let you have that. That's how you feel like dressing. And if somebody tell you look like shit, don't get mad because you saw yourself looking like shit.
You know what, too? I think with kids also, y'all, we got to stop just letting them do what the hell. Because the thing is, like you got these kids, like if my daughter try to leave the house and it's 80 degrees in a sweater, take that goddamn hoodie off. I'm not letting you wear I don't give a damn.
That's my stupid ass kids too.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care what the trend is. I'm not having you out there. You out there with sunstroke, passing the hell out. Now I got to deal with you. Or what's the mask that they wear? That's
the
crazy.
Shiesty mask.
Right. You not wearing that mask. I don't give a damn what. If I catch you with the mask, we go have a problem. Well, that's what they wear. You got parents letting their kids walk out the house
whatever
or
the fuck they want.
The stuff. No.
Yeah.
I let my little boy out there. All 8 of them got the same mask, and one of them do some crazy stuff, and he getting shot out here or getting put in a predicament because he just happened to have the same mask. No.
I agree 100%.
I don't care if you
my son don't even have his hair no more. It's cut low. He don't wear the Pooh Shiesty mask. When he leaving out with sweaters and it's hot outside, I be like, take that shit off.
Yep.
I don't play those games, man. I still tell my kids what to do.
Exactly. Wear that crazy. Kids be kids. Stop lying. And the thing is, as parents, stop lying to your kids and tell them the truth that they are kids. Treat them like kids. They don't need to grow up no more. Now we looking at kids that's 11, 12, acting like they supposed to act like they're 18. They're 11, 12. It's nothing wrong with your kid. If your kids still want to go and get Transformers, they still cooler adults right now. If your son want a Transformer at 12, get that boy a goddamn It's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. And don't tell him he acting like a kid.
Right. That don't make him a kid because they losing imagination. They're losing creativity. All those things happen for our generation and before that because we had no choice but to use our imagination to create things.
Yeah.
If you didn't have all the Uno cards, you figured it out. If you didn't have all the dealer cards, if you didn't have all the pieces to a game, it was how many board games you put a penny or a nickel down for because you done lost a piece of the game.
Yeah, like if you're playing checkers.
That's what I mean. You just use what you got. And a lot of that creativity came because we had no choice in the matter. Now is that everything is ready and available for them. So my thing is that be smart about how you move and you tell them you got to tell your kids the truth, especially the older they get. Yeah, you're a kid and everything, but kids aren't being looked at the same way as they did 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? In some areas, they become they may be a threat depending on how they look. So listen, son, you're not wearing this because of this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What I do is there is some periods where some people say don't say because I said so. Certain times though, it does require for me to say because I said so. When it's out in the street stuff, I want to explain to you how the street and how outside world works. In the house though, if I tell you to clean your room, hey, clean your damn room. Why I gotta clean up? Because it stank, and I'm gonna get at you about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We not having no bugs, and I ain't seen no bugs since I was a kid down the low end of Chicago. You know
Our
what I mean?
kids ain't like us. We were in the streets. We got to go outside. We got to play. We get to get in fights. We got to stay out. We had to run before the lights came on. Our kids are in these computers. They're on these games. They don't want to go outside. If they go outside, they out there for a short while. We worried about them. There's people kidnapping kids now. There's, the pedos all over the place. So our kids don't have the training we had. We were militant.
Yeah.
We're
still militant.
We're still militant.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah, so let your kids be kids, man. Let your kids be kids. I know that we want to have our free time as adults and do this, so we do things with your children. My wife is big on that. Let's do something with the kids. It's spring break. Nah, babe, I just want to sit down. I want to chill. She make me get up and do it. And I understand why, because it's very important that we are hands-on with our children and not letting them raise themselves or let this computer age raise them.
That's true.
You know
what? I want to ask you, because it's similar to the question. I think, though, when we talk about people wanting the truth, maybe it's more yes when it comes to personal, because now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, do they want you to tell the truth when it comes to work? You ever had somebody ask you, are you happy at work?
I'll lie to them then too.
No, that's what I'm saying. So because higher ups or when they your boss,
Yeah.
They don't want to be hearing you saying this is a terrible place to
They don't. And that's why you got to lie to them too.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
lying is the way to go.
I've had that happen. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't be lying.
Right.
And unfortunately, I was like, I said, listen, no, I did dumb that down where it was like the actual work, every place I work is not hard. The work itself. And one of the things that I know for a fact is that most people don't leave companies, they leave people.
Yeah.
I'm quitting because that manager is making it so hard for me to even do the job. Or they're making it so uncomfortable and toxic at the job.
Right.
I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in their presence because they're just a terrible person. Just like that lady I was talking about earlier. You know what I mean? So that type of lady right there would make, would almost have me on the borderline of getting arrested or something. Like if I was a lady to lady, if it was a guy saying the same thing to me, I don't know what I would do because it was so abrasive. I would probably lose my job for sure. You know what I'm saying? You getting cussed out or whatever. I'm out here doing, ride share or shopping for somebody. I don't know. But at the job, that's the conundrum right there. That's the issue. People want to hear the truth maybe in personal spaces because in personal spaces, they don't really, it don't matter. It's like you're my friend and everything. And if you don't want to hear this truth and you decide we're not friends, then we truly weren't anyway. But if it comes to the job, it's like this your livelihood because of people's ego, especially the higher up I've seen people get. Some of those people have the biggest egos, and they want to hear that everything they're doing is great as far as them because they take it as them and the company is the same person. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's the same entity. But they don't really want to, the higher ups don't never want to hear it. And it's a weird space where they'll get on there. And I hate when they be like, well, this is a safe place. You can say what you want. You don't know. You're a liar.
That's a lie. I think you have to lie to them. And with the higher ups, they want to know if you're happy because happiness comes with performance. If you're happy, your performance will be better. So they ask this question to see where you're at. I think it's a see where you're at game that they're playing.
Yeah, but it's not like every time I've seen that come about, like I said, I've been around execs and CEOs for a long time, man. And I've been in those meetings and in those conference rooms and everything. And I hear it. And I never understood the purpose of it because 9 times out of 10, they never do anything to correct it. They keep on the same path.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Because those questions are a lot of those questions come back with personal behavior. Because what happens is that when you get high like that, you will sometimes get yourself detached from what's happening on the ground level because you're not spending the time down there to see how bad it's gotten out here.
Absolutely.
How bad it's gotten out here, man. You can't, and you
they
have
forgot
nowhere
the struggle.
to go. Yeah.
They forgot the struggle.
You forget the struggle. You forget how hard it is because in your mind, you got into a position and you feel like it was so easy. Like people out here just willing to do, anything for whatever you're selling or whatever product or anything you're trying to put out here. And it's not that. People have gotten a little, I guess, dumber when it comes to consuming, when it comes to shopping and everything like that. But nobody's looking at, you have people that are looking at the industry as if the economy isn't going down. Gas didn't come up, or I just watched something on the at the news, and they had a conference. It was with some White House execs, and they were talking about, I don't know, I think this is a speaker I heard it from, but they were just saying how Donald Trump had the gas prices were coming down, and I was like, where? And are you talking layman? Like, because if it go from $4.39 to $4.38, technically it went down. But it's still high.
It's still high as giraffe pussy. That's what they say.
So that's what I'm saying. So it almost, the only reason I'm bringing it up because it feels as if it's like people want the lie. They almost want the lie when it comes to certain stuff, especially when it comes to the news and the media and everything like that. You want to hear these lies instead of just, it's not even happening in your world, for instance. This whole man against women thing that's happening on the internet, that's not really happening everywhere. That's a small percentage of ladies that's out here saying he got to have $300,000-$400,000 or $500,000 salary and stuff. That's not realistic for most people out in the world, but that's what's being portrayed. So it's taken as a whole. It's like nobody's looking individually at that stuff. It's really crazy. So
it's not. Yeah. But speaking about gas prices, man, I seen somewhere on the internet where they're putting holes in your gas tank and taking the gas out.
Yeah, I remember.
And that is crazy because they can't cipher gas like they used to.
Yeah, they can't. They got things in place. It used to be just a neck that went straight down. Now you got flaps and other stuff that go in there. But I mean,
now I need a new gas tank if you do that shit.
Or yeah.
And if I catch you, I'm going to start the car and run you over with the little gas I got left up in that bitch. That's not going down. That is crazy.
It is. The funny thing is that it's dangerous too, because all it takes that drill to make any spark, and you out of there.
You don't even need that. All you need is a hammer and a screwdriver and just tap it, and you put a hole up in it because gas tanks aren't that, thick.
It don't need, but it's still reckless to even do it because, like I said, even with that, it can be the quick spark or something. Like you hit it, miss the screwdriver, and it scrapes and make a little. You never know. So you come up better not doing it. Just go back to the old school where they used to where they cut off your Cadillac converter. Stay to cutting Cadillac converters off if that's your hustle. Don't go for the gas. Gas will get you killed. Cadillac converters, at least you might get away with that.
You could, yeah. So moving on to the next segment, the things parents do that don't make sense.
One that we talking about truth or lie, right? Why do you lie to your kids about stuff? Like, why do parents lie to
Why
their
do
kids?
I lie, period? Let's just do that. Why do I lie, period?
Yeah, what's the point of that? Why are you doing? What's going to happen if you just tell them the truth?
What's going to happen? The lie's better than the truth that I'll be making up. So shit.
I don't.
Yes,
because you think you're a good liar. But what happens is that you'll lie about something and forget that and not share the lie with the people that was involved with it. You know what I'm saying? If you say, like, for instance, if you lie and say me and you did something some years ago, you'll tell the story to somebody. I don't know that you did that. So if that story comes around to me with that person you told the lie about, we saying two different things. They looking at like,
why are you saying anything? Just let them fucking talk and be like, yeah.
No, because I don't know it's something that's relevant.
Listen here.
It's relevant to you, but not me.
If they came to you and said, man, that motherfucker jumped from 4 flights, land on his feet, tucked and rolling, you'd be like, it was only one story. You fucked up.
What?
You fucked up.
No, you fucked up for the lie. Don't
you supposed
because
to say
I'm fucked up at saying the lie, but you're not fucked up for making a lie.
No, I'm not fucked up for making the lie. 34 years we've been friends, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they told you I jumped from 4 flights, just be like, oh yeah, I remember that shit and keep it going.
No. It don't be like that. It'll be something general. For instance, I'll be talking to somebody else that, and let's say they hearing. And I'll be like, man, they'll be like, man, remember when we left prom and we went over to Great America and that girl did this and blah, blah, blah. And we're talking amongst each other. And they like, no, they didn't say they went to Great America. They said they went to, they went straight home. I don't know you said that, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. But I'm not talking about.
Hey, so check this out. I don't even remember. That's what he said? That's probably what happened.
But that's not what happens. I know when I'm in the presence of somebody, I'm not talking to them about, if they ask me something directly about you, my antennas is already up. I know who you are. My antennas is up on certain things. But if I'm telling a story because we just happen to be involved in the stuff, and the thing about it is your lies will be about some stuff that really ain't even that serious. It'll be something crazy. You'll say some stuff like, I never ate popcorn before. And I'll be like, why in the hell would you just say that for no reason? You know what I'm saying? So
my lies ain't like that. My lies are extravagant.
Your lies are not. Your lies is simple.
Top notch.
Your lies are simple as hell because it'll be something that you'll say that I don't know, for some reason you'll just say it. Like you might say, you'll tell somebody, I never ate jerk chicken, right? And I might say, man, I'm for to stop by my boy house, man. Who you going to? I'm going over to Mac's house, man. I made some of this jerk chicken and rice. I'm going to drop it off. He told me he'd never eat jerk chicken and I'm like, I don't fucking, you know what I mean?
This is what you say.
Yeah.
This is what you say. Now check this out. Let's do this reverse shit. I'm going to drop Bugsy off. He said he ain't never ate jerk chicken. You know what? I forgot. He don't eat jerk chicken.
No,
not
see,
your ass.
Look,
he
how
lied.
No. I won't say he lying. He's a effed up person. I won't even go into that. My thing is that look at what you just did. You just want me to turn into the lying bastard.
I didn't tell you to lie. I didn't tell you to lie. That's not. It was my lie. I just said, hey. You supposed to just back up. No.
What I do is if they be like, man, he told me he didn't hear. Oh, damn, that's messed up.
And that's it.
That's what I know that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Things parents do that don't make sense. You say, why do we lie to our children? Well, you know what? Because they're innocent. Some things I believe that we lie to our children about. Hold on, wait. I see your face getting ready to twitch and twerk and shit like that. I believe children are innocent. Like, for instance, right? The first lie we tell them is about Santa. Okay, that's one of them. The first lies we tell them, big lies, right? Mm-hmm. Santa. That's a harmless lie. That's a harmless lie. And it's just you said kids need imagination, right? That's part of their imagination. Hey, there's a guy that go to sleep. He'll bring presents. That's part of their imagination. Now, whether you believe in Santa or you choose not to give your kids that story, that's fine. But that's what, give them imagination. And I think it's all right. Those little lies.
No, but see, that's the thing.
Not who your daddy is.
No, no, this is the thing. I never introduced my kids to Santa. They found that out from school. It wasn't like Santa go do that. I never had that conversation. But what happened was they had never asked me about Santa, like whether he was real or not. When they did, though, I told them the truth.
But why?
You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I don't be lying. Listen, the world is hard enough for me. I mean, for everybody. I'm not going to lie to you about no guy, especially no damn Santa. I'm not lying to you about Santa.
But that's an innocent lie. That's what I'm saying. Why is it?
Because I don't have to. Because the thing is that we think we're crushing some dream. The whole point of them and Santa is they don't give a damn about Santa. They give a damn about what he brought. So they give a damn about the gifts that he's given. So it don't matter if they're getting it from me or whatever the case. You got the gift. You think they say I'm not opening these damn gifts?
No, I agree.
Or nothing because Santa didn't bring them.
It's about the gift. But the thing about Santa is, hey, go to sleep on time. Hold on. Be good. Do this. We're teaching other things within that lie. But so I think it's a good lie.
No, because I don't have to lie about that. They go to sleep right now when I tell them to go to bed. So when I told them to go, if I told you to go to bed at 8 o'clock, you going at 8 o'clock, whether Santa coming or not. That's what time you coming. I didn't got to lie and say, if you don't go to bed. No, I'll say, hey, listen, the quicker you wake up tomorrow, the quicker you can open your gifts. That's the truth. You go to bed at 8 o'clock, you go wake up tomorrow, you get to open your gifts. You know what I mean? So I don't got to lie to you about that stuff. So my thing is, I won't come out and tell my kids stuff they don't really need to know or right there.
I think your house is dysfunctional.
Why?
I don't think you got a hold on your household. There's no lies here.
You know what you fucking...
It's not balance. We need balance in the world, right? There's they say there's the devil in God. You need balance.
So you got to have a lie with the truth.
You got to have a
lie
with the truth.
No, you fucking...
But things that parents do that don't make sense, right?
I think back in the day, well, I know for my mom, what didn't make sense to me was certain phrases she would say as a black mom, right? For instance, it was my mom had 5 boys. It's all 5 boys, right? And one of the things that I know in my neighborhood, if you went with your brother and they got into it, right, you got to fight, right? You help your brother,
right?
Obviously, you will want to help. But that only applies when you at the age to help. So me and my brother 4 years apart. So if he's fighting teenagers and I'm, 9,
You gonna stand back.
Right. I'm not gonna stand. I might try, but it's like, they would say stuff to you that scared you. Like, man, if he get beat up and nothing happened to you, it's gonna be a problem. Like, damn, listen, I can only do so. It ain't like my uppercuts was Tyson, like at 10, when I was 10. So little things like that. My mom would send me. We lived on the south side of Chicago, and it was a lot of gangs. So my mama sent both of us together, to the store, even though she knew the neighborhood. So it was just like you got a car. Like, we might get jumped on the way there. So some
because of the neighborhood we live in.
Right, because of the neighborhood, and I get,
We're in Chicago, mama.
Right. So right now, if kids had to walk the distance we walk now, they think it's a problem. But the nearest store may have been 1.5 miles away. We had to go to and then walk back with milk. You ever tried to walk back with groceries in your hand, milk, and then have to try to do a quick trot because you might see some guys and try to divert them? You know what I mean? So I'm like, that was happening, and I get you tired. But it's like, the circumstance, but you send us through it anyway, and you're like, because it's two of y'all not gonna get beat up by the 8 dudes around the corner.
That's crazy.
Right.
You know what? One of the lies that I heard, and I don't even know if it's from my parents, was if you swallow bubble gum,
it
stays in your stomach.
Yeah.
That's fictional.
Like it's never gonna move.
Yeah.
If the digesting, but they make it seem like it's gonna sit in your stomach forever.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much we do a lot of things that don't make sense, I believe, when it comes to our children, and say certain things when it comes to our children, because we want them to see life. We don't want them to have the harsh part in life.
Right.
So we tell them things lightly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you another thing. As a parent, you ask your kids to tell you the truth about something when you already know the answer, just to see if they go lie to you.
If they gonna lie. If they gonna lie.
Because if you ask them and they did it, and it's something that's already a problem, just go straight to it. I know you did it.
I never fucking passed that test because I was lying.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I never passed the fucking test.
Why you even putting them in the interrogation when they did
got
it?
me interrogation. I'm sweating. I'm nervous anyway. I'm gonna lie.
Right. You know what? I'm gonna tell you who the craziest parents are. If you got one kid as a parent, and you asking them if they did something, and y'all the only one there, ain't no other kids they can blame it on. Why are you even asking them? What was the point of the interrogation?
Because they want you to tell them the truth. They want you to who broke this. Yeah. They want you to fess up to it. That's part of growing up too.
Well, you know what? You are right. I tell my kids, you get in trouble more by lying than just tell me the truth. But all parents, they'll do that. They'll be like, just tell me the truth. You won't get in trouble and then get beat.
I tell my kids that, and he still lie too. I'm like, where you get this shit from?
Oh yeah. I've seen that with him. Like, I remember we was on the football field. And you said something to him, and we were both watching him do it. He was like, I didn't do it. And I just looked at you like, what the fuck?
Right.
like everybody watching you do the thing.
I'm like, I'm so proud of you for lying and sticking up to your shit. But I seen you and you're a fucking liar. So I get it. I mean, if you can lie your way out of something, lie. There you go. You go.
Yeah.
Listen to me, everybody. I don't lie that much. I do lie, but not that much. You know what I mean? So anyway, on to the next topic. Can someone outstay their welcome?
All the time.
Give me an example.
I can give you an example, right? I'm very social.
Yeah.
Very, very social. But I think I shouldn't have to tell you when it's getting too late, right? People come and hang out, right? Let's say we watch the game. Yeah. Let's say the game is over at 7:00. Right? Game is over. We ate. If you see me cleaning up and we wrapping it down, I got people that'll stay here for a couple more hours, and I'll be like, listen, go home, bro. Like, what you may not.
That's because you're not a partier. That's you're not a partier.
I get that.
That's Because usually a person wraps up after people leave. You wrapping up while people fucking there.
No,
because you're tired.
I'm wrapping up at an hour I think it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
You wrap up at 9:00.
Listen, but what I'm saying is that, like, for instance, you know me. The people that come in my house, you're not strangers. I invite you in my house because you know me. You've come to if this is your first time, I'm not even tripping on that. I'm talking about individuals that know me. I'll say something like, man, I got to get up for work at 3. Right? 3 a.m.
No one gives a fuck.
Nobody give a damn. They just want to hang. I'm like, listen, then get
because we're having a good time, but you're tired. Everybody got to go because you're. Then why are you throwing the party if we got to leave at 9? Start the party at fucking 10:00 in the morning so we could at least have some fun.
Then don't come then if you know you gonna get kicked. I'll kick you out like Martin. I'll tell you like, man, y'all gotta get the fuck out.
You know what? Whenever I have a party, you're the first one to always get up and leave.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. The first person every single time.
So
you're the first person to leave.
But
and then everybody think that they got to leave. They follow you. And I'm like, we still having a good fucking time. We still having a good time. It'd be 9:00.
That's because listen, as long as I can remember, I always worked early as hell.
We have a party on Saturdays. You are off on Sundays. Bullshit.
No. I'll still be tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't work or something, I'll still chill out.
Take a nap through the day. That's what you need to do. Take a fucking afternoon nap around.
See, what you be thinking is you thinking just because I do some 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, don't mean that's not the only thing I'm doing. So that's what'll happen. My thing is I'm grown as hell. So when I get tired and we ready to go, we just freaking ready to go. For instance, I got to get up. If I got to get up at 4 every morning,
it's called
right?
a party for a reason.
I understand that. But if I got to get up at 4 every morning, my clock in my mind still gets me up, whether I'm off or not. It'll wake me up. Now, me trying to put myself back to sleep, that's different. But it still woke me up because every day of the week I'm waking up, getting up at 4. So just because it's Saturday don't mean my body said, well, it's Saturday, stay till 8 o'clock.
And your mind should tell you, hey, we at a party. Let's stay up for another hour or 2. A party's not supposed to end until around 10 or 11.
Then let's tell the truth, okay?
Yeah.
It get boring.
That's
once I leave.
You crazy.
Listen, that's why.
My last party was the best party we had.
And I left and then they left, right?
No, they stayed a little.
No. They left.
They stayed. No, they stayed.
As a matter of fact, they left before me. That's what made me leave. They
talking about the unwelcome guest left before you left? No, I didn't give a fuck about that.
All I'm saying is somebody left. They left before me. That's what made me send them. Like I say, okay, I guess it's over. It's over then. You know what I mean?
Anyway.
So I understand what you're saying, but if you're in my house and then I'm getting up, getting ready to, to bounce, then like, hey, we wrapping up. Now, everybody don't leave, like I said. Some people say I've cut it down around 9, 10 o'clock and they here 12:30, 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And we just chopping it up and talking. I've had that happen. But what I'm saying is that after a while, it's like,
gotta go.
Most people, I just be like, man, I'm going to bed, man. I'll talk to you another time. I got to be blatant with it because a lot of people don't take cues no more.
Well, I have another example. How about when someone's living with you?
What you mean? If you living with me, then I'm going.
No, I'm talking about from the question. Can someone outstay their welcome?
Oh yeah. So I have a lot of friends and family that stayed with me, right? And a lot of times, it's typically what I try to do is I'll give them a time span, or I'll give them something they have to do to stay there. What'll happen is that if you don't fulfill that, then you've outstayed your welcome. For instance, if I say if a friend of mine, and I do this, I've done it often. Somebody's down on their luck, and I'm saying everybody.
Right. I stayed with you before. Right.
So if you come and I'll be like, okay, man, you can stay here for a bit, but let's say I say stay here for 3 months, stack your chips so you can get yours, and then you run into 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? And you like, well, I ain't stacked nothing. I ain't saved nothing. That's a problem to me, because if you're not giving me anything, the whole point of you being there so you can get back on, and But I'm not saying that if you're unemployed, that's different,
right?
When you're unemployed, my thing is, it's like, I know you're looking for something, but if I come and you're not doing nothing, just being lazy, you're not even trying to find a new gig and everything, That's what I'm saying. There's always an issue that'll make you outstay your welcome. It's not me just looking at you like you know what I'm saying? If you're not contributing in some manner towards the move out, you know? So, and that only applies to like grown individuals that I don't have to take care of, meaning my kids. I'm not just putting you out. I still want you to move, but you're always welcome. I just want you to do better.
Yeah, kids are different from friends and grown-ups, like, you know, cousins and brothers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what are you doing?
Actually, and I think outside of your kids is worse. Because sometimes you got family that think you just supposed to.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. If it's not your kids, then you know what? There should be a time limit.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it get worse the further you out. Meaning like I'll extend it longer for my siblings than I would be friends sometimes because they siblings, or like my sibling to cousin. I'll probably put my cousin out quicker than my brother.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Fuck out.
But some of my family, shit, they irritate me so bad, and I still look out for you because your luck is down. But some people you can't even let get in that realm because you already know they go come not doing nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You already know, like they go walk in the door trying to take advantage. So some people you can't even get to the point where they overstated welcome and be like, no, you just be here for the weekend. After that, you out of here.
Well, I believe like outstaying your welcome is when they try to make your house their house. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And that's, like I said, to an extent, like I don't think I'm not comfortable even with, I don't think I'm comfortable, for instance, going in anybody's fridge that I know. That's including you. Like, I don't know. It feel like people looking at me.
For real?
Yeah, like,
but you can go in my. Just to let you know, you can go in my fridge because I go in yours.
No. Because when I go to yours, it's a restriction.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's somebody's. This like here, it ain't nobody nothing. Like if it's some drink or whatever the case, except for liquor. Liquor's the only thing that's like you probably want to ask for that because liquor's a little bit pricier. But like I know that may be the kids' juice, or that may be, I don't know it looking at it, but you'll tell me sometimes.
There's no specifics in my refrigerator.
No, you said don't drink the ocean spray or some because it's somebody or whatever. Now, if I go in and I see juicy juice, it's probably the baby's juice. I'm not, right. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. But what I'm saying is that it's nothing distinct. It's typically distinguished in your fridge on something, or a lot of times you're very particular about one thing. If you want a soda, I always know you always got ginger ale, and the worst of all ginger ales. That's what you'll offer.
The only thing that I don't share at this age is my Matt's cookies.
You goddamn lie. You don't share a ton of stuff. You think you're very open. Your wife is open. You're not, though.
That you gotta pause on that, motherfucker. My wife is open.
No,
your wife is open. I'm sorry, baby, if you listening to this shit.
No,
he ain't mean it like that.
Your wife is very hospitable. You,
there
on
you
the
go.
other hand, you are not like that at all. You will say something after she says. She'll be like, "Hey, you want something to eat? Yeah, bro. Did you want something to eat?" It'll be after she's already.
I wouldn't even. Not even after she said, I would offer.
No,
I just give her that look like you really giving away our shit. You know the price of food and gas now. We got to drive to the damn gas station. I mean, to the damn grocery store now. No, I don't offer nothing. I let her do it.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was one of the points I'm making. It's like, I don't know. But that's what I mean by just like overstaying. I don't really stay a place long enough to outstay my welcome.
Okay.
And then even when I come to a place, I'm already in my mind thinking of
I gotta
make a move.
Yeah.
And so I never get to that point. But it's like I said, I got certain individuals in my circle that I already know is going to extend a visit, that I have to directly say to them, "Hey, listen, I'm going to shut it down. Yeah, you need to, take your ass." Because my thing is that certain people, whether they want to admit it or not, sometimes they just be lonely, and they don't really. It's like I'm gonna go home, especially like my cousin, like. He's a night owl. He drives trucks overnight and everything like that. And he think you gonna be up all night with him. And I'm like, no, bro, like you work You're up all night.
He would leave your house after the party and come to my house.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he know the party don't ends at fucking 9 o'clock.
Listen, it'll end early at my house. If you come over here, just know if you come to my house, we got shit to do in the morning. We got shit to do in the morning.
No, you don't. Not on a Sunday morning.
Not on a Sunday morning. The only thing, listen, so Sundays is for the family. So my Sundays with the family and everything like that, but Saturdays, it's pretty much, I'm still doing, look, we on this cast right now. So I get up, I make sure everything gets, nice and neat for us or whatever. Make sure I don't look crazy. Make sure we kind of set up some things. So even this morning, I did 4 things before we even started doing the cast. So the only day I could say, maybe it's Sunday and I still got to go to bed early because Monday morning I got to get up early. So every single day, aside from maybe like you said, like a Saturday, it's like, and then my body, when Saturday come around, be like, man, I'm tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, I want to go to bed early on Saturday and just, because I'm trying to rush and get to bed so I can get me 8 hours of sleep sometime. That's my goal. But most of the time, I'm looking at 4 to 6 because I'm doing some crazy stuff. So on Saturday, if I can get 8, that means you leaving my house at 9 o'clock? Hell yeah, get out.
No, I get it. You a pussy when it comes to that. I get it.
Listen, I ain't getting no younger.
No,
and
we not.
People that go to bed early and take naps live longer.
But you're not taking a nap so we could party longer.
No, I'm just going to bed early.
You know what? Anyway, did you see that fight with Ice Spice?
I did see this fight with Ice Spice, and I think that was I think it was a crazy predicament because
why?
This is the thing, right? I forgot what basketball player this was. And he was he's retired, whatever. And he was talking about you crazy as hell for being out in the world. You know what I'm saying, by yourself when you at a certain status. That's not for it. So your Ice Spice, if you haven't heard the story, she had a fight in McDonald's. A girl attacked her in McDonald's, right? Because she was sitting in there with her friend having a meal. For what?
But the girl said, well, to put a little more on this, she was disrespecting the girl, is what the girl said.
No,
allegedly.
I get it. But the girl came up to her to have a conversation. So it wasn't like she just walked by the girl and started disrespecting. She came to where she was at the back of the McDonald's, whether you're a fan or not.
But maybe she needs to get her ass whooped because you are a star, right? You could at least be humble. You don't have to be an asshole or a jerk. Now,
go ahead.
Was it right for her to whoop her ass? Probably not. But you know.
Can you really call that an ass whooping? Because all she did, she hit her, but it wasn't like she was stomping her out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there ain't no footage so far that I haven't seen that she just got her ass handed to her. It wasn't like, some of the stuff we see where the dude attacked and you see 4 people kicking him or whatever. No, it wasn't that she hit her. She wasn't looking for the punch. The girl hit her and everything. But my whole point is that it was no reason as Ice Spice, whether you want to seem like it's equal or it's fine or people cool with you. You're in a city that's not your city for one, that you don't really know too much about. You sitting in a McDonald's for no damn reason. Y'all could have got y'all food and bounced and ate anywhere that was safe.
Well, some of these people, these stars, they want to still feel human, right? Hey, this is the only place that's open up right now. It's late. Let's go in here. Let's sit down. Let's eat. It wasn't a lot of people in there. So it probably was late at night if you look at the time, if you look at the footage. Now, if someone approach you, you're not in your city, act fucking humble. That's just what it is. Yeah. I don't care how gangster you are. You got to know your environment. You can still be gangster, but guess what? Hey, how you doing? You can still stand on business. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And be ready.
You got to know as a star in general what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? We talking about you're in the limelight. We're not talking about we somebody that's from way back that ain't out in front of the world right now. You know what I mean? We're talking about you are well known. Currently, you're making moves right now. So my thing is, you want to be regular. I understand that. But if you're someplace like that and you ain't got the right peoples with you, meaning you could have had you a guard with you. If you ain't willing to have a guard and you coming out there in the late hours because you want to feel like you want to be normal or something, that's on you for, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't put yourself in predicaments like that when you're at that status. I don't give a shit what you're trying to tell me because she was, she just want to feel normal. I get when you want to feel normal, but that's the job you took. You took a job that made you abnormal. Now you can't make normal moves no more. Right. You can't be sitting at the back of a McDonald's where somebody like, oh, that's Ice Spice. Let's go talk to her.
Okay.
And you don't want that type of attention.
You think Shaquille lost his status? Shaquille still as big as from day one. Shaquille is always going to be Shaquille.
That's what I'm saying. He's still in the front, though. He's still doing things that's in the light.
Right. But guess what? He don't walk around with security. And I know he a big dude. But that don't mean you still can't get got.
What I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is he understands the position he putting himself in.
He's humble.
Whether you humble or not. Listen, looking at the video, humble or not, she's saying that. But when you sitting there and you're watching what's going on, it was no reason for that girl to strike her. Period.
No, I get you.
It was, even if she like, I don't even want to fuck with you right now, whatever. Yeah, then you cuss her out. You swung because you wanted some smoke.
Right.
You wanted to be the one that hit high spike. I don't give a damn how you trying to put it. You wanted to do that so you can
clout chasing. Clout.
That's exactly what it was about. Whether the star is humble or not, you can call him a bitch. You can call him an asshole. They can be the worst celebrity. There's a ton of actors that won't fuck with no fingers.
But she said Ice Spice called her a bitch.
It don't matter.
I know it don't matter. I'm not saying the girl's right for doing that, but I'm saying she put herself in that predicament.
She didn't say right away she called her bitch. She said she was rude to her from the jump. I've been to a place where I might have wanted to get an autograph and they didn't want to fuck with me. Fuck it. I'm not going to keep it moving and conversating with him until we get to the point where you calling me a bitch. That's what I'm saying. After she said, I'm rude, I'm being rude to you, I don't want to fuck with you right now. You kept it going. Like, why can't you be humble? Because she don't fucking want to. So once I already tell you, I don't want to get down with you right now, I don't want to fuck with you right now, walk the fuck off and say what the fuck you gotta say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you keep mouthing off and shit like that, what do you want to do? And let's be clear, it's not like Ice Spice took the punch and didn't want to smoke. She like, bitch, let's go.
She wanted to smoke, yeah.
She's like, bitch, you hit me, then if we for the blow, we for the blow. Now the dude was a puss ass nigga. You was a bitch dude that was outside the motherfucker. Because one thing I'm saying is that if you with the girl and the girl wanted to smoke with Ice Spice, and then when they get out there, you want to fight her. You want to fight Ice. Ice like, what, you a bitch or something? You trying to fight a bitch? I'm not even talking about you. Me and her, we just do it.
Right.
That's some puss shit. You know what I'm saying? On him trying to fight her, trying to defend the girl like Ice Spice was jumping or something. That ain't what happened. She struck her. She's like, well, you want to go? Let's go. And then now you want to get angry because you want to get into some woman shit.
Right. She threw his phone, so he got upset.
Well, bitch, listen, that's because you out there you want some bitch shit. You want some bitch shit. Your girl was already gone. Go with your motherfucking girl. You saw her try to get into it. Y'all supposed to be getting the fuck up out of it anyway. But you hanging around with this shit. His whole action was some puss ass shit.
It was.
You know what I mean?
And if Ice Spice wanted to press charges, she could.
I think she should. And the thing is that my thing is that you only because of how it's provoked.
And she put it on video.
And
admitting it.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, you put your ass out there and you talk that shit, then you got to get the consequence for it. So we got to stop, you know what I'm saying, like celebrating bullshit like that. No, they shouldn't go and press charges. Listen, she got fucking attacked, at fucking McDonald's because she didn't want to fuck with you. That's not a reason to get down. Now, if Ice Spice did something to her to provoke it, she didn't. What she did was she was in homeward with her friend and you came over for the shits. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't receive the greeting that you expect. And people think because you're a celebrity, you're supposed to be fucking humble. You don't got to be humble all the fucking time because I'm a celebrity. I got to cater to your ass. We don't know if she was a fucking fan or not. We don't know if she came over there with intentions of being on that bullshit anyway. My thing is people are people. Celebrities, actors, it don't matter who they are, how much money they got, billionaires or whatever. People are people.
They are. But at some point, it's like, even if you're at your job and somebody comes, she's always on the clock, right? She's a celebrity. She's always on the clock, regardless of if she's performing or not. She's still a celebrity, right?
I get what you're saying.
And if you walk into a establishment, let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
They have to, regardless if you are a person, as you were saying, you still have to treat that person with some respect.
That's not a have to. That's the problem I'm saying, is that people think you have to be a certain way because of who you are. And that's not true. You do not have to be that way. There's a ton of celebrities that everybody know are straight assholes. They divas.
And that's not the way.
But I know whether it's not the way, whether you agree with it or not, what I'm saying is that was the same argument I said earlier. We always look at the person that's receiving the shit and not putting ourselves in the shoes of the other person. I don't have to be nice to you just because of who I am. I don't have to mess with you. But
shouldn't we be nice to people?
That's with us, that's how we look at it. It's our view. We think that's the right way because of how we want to move.
Just as the human species. You don't think we should just be nice to each other?
I think we should, because that's how I move. You understand? That's how I move, because that's the value I hold. That don't mean that's the value that she fucking hold. Where she's from, that may not be the value. Even where I'm from, certain places that I'm at, I don't give a fuck. Listen, my antennas are still up. I'm on high alert on certain things. I don't give, because even though you're being nice to me, certain areas and certain people that I come around, I don't trust that you, even though you're being nice.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors. I done been snuffed like that. I done had dudes talking and stuff like we cool while the other dude is coming to the side trying to sneak and punch me in the side of the head. I've been in those predicaments. So whether you being nice to me or not, my antennas is up. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, we want everybody to act decent according to what we consider decent. But that's not the value of everybody else.
But decent is decent regardless of what you consider it. It don't have to be your value, but decent is decent. Right. Nice is nice.
But you got to remember, all we hear is what she's fucking saying.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
She's saying that Ice Spice was disrespectful. I've had people tell me that somebody was disrespectful, and I heard the story, and I'm like, no, they just didn't want to fuck with you. They weren't disrespectful. They just didn't want to mess with you, so that made it disrespectful.
So this is what she said. She went over there, said, "What's up? Hey, I'm a fan, blah, blah, blah." And Ice Spice, "What the fuck you doing over here?" This, just, paraphrasing.
Right.
"What the fuck you doing?" That becomes it. She like, "Yo, this. And she was like, "Yo, bitch." And that's when the girl hit her. So from the jump, she's saying she came over there with respect. "Hey, how you doing? I'm a fan." Ice Spice instantly went on being disrespectful. Like I said, this is her story. We know that.
Right.
And then you call me a bitch after being disrespectful, I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
But let's contradict from watching the video and seeing the actions. And I'm going to tell you where the disrespect happened for one. When she first walked over on the video, she instantly tried to sit in the booth with Ice Spice's friend, like scoot her over.
Yeah.
That's in the video. So right there, like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck comes and sits at, I'm not even a star, right? And you think you know me or whatever.
Invading my space.
You come and try to sit next to me like we friend. No, I'm in a booth for one, you pinning me. And that's an uncomfortable thing. You tried to sit down, so I'm like, what the fuck you doing? I'll say that as a regular person, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, who the fuck just comes and sit down next to somebody they don't know and then, start that shit?
When you don't know me.
That already puts you in the mode. It's late, it's nighttime, because I don't know if it was late night, but we already know it's late. She got a hood up trying to be inconspicuous already. She just happened to be recognized. She's with her friend having a meal. And then you not even like, excuse me, before you come, hey, excuse me, you mind if you didn't do that?
You come in and search yourself.
You came in and search yourself and then try to sit the fuck down. Already, that's the disrespect. So you go get the shit right there anyway. That's rude as hell. So that would have put me in a thing anyway, that you on that bullshit anyway. You didn't come over there respectful. You came over there trying to sit in the booth with us. We don't know you. Any stranger would feel uncomfortable with you doing that and think it was disrespectful. So you started with the disrespect first. So now you got the reaction from the disrespect you started with. And we can't dispute her actions because I don't give a shit what nobody say. This is always my motto. What you say don't mean shit. Your actions mean everything to me. Because you can tell me everything on what your intentions was, but if you do an action that's against that intention, that's what truly happened to me.
So you thought her action was that disrespectful to warrant
me being me. And I don't bop off like that. But if I'm sitting down with you and some dude come and try to sit in a booth with you right away, you know what I'm saying? It's
I'm shoving his ass. You don't even got to say shit. I'm shoving him the fuck out.
Because instantly you like, man, what the fuck? Like, what you doing? So yeah, one of us go say, if not both of us saying,
or I'm going to ask him, is he paying for my meal?
No, you ain't even gonna say that, dude. As soon as, listen, we so in tune. Soon as the dude started walking, you like, who the fuck is this nigga?
Who this dude, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where we are. So that's what I'm saying. Like, your actions, that's what it is. People think you're supposed to react a certain way. She's still human. And I'm telling you, as a man, not a celebrity, not somebody that's out there in the field. If you came in that situation and I'm with my friend and you try to sit in the booth, I'm going to get at you right away. Like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Like, dude, what the fuck's going on? I'm going to come at you right away. Like, who does that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who does that? So you announce yourself coming up to people you don't know because that's the etiquette you do. Excuse me, you mind if hey, before I come up on you, I'm not sitting next to you, sitting in your booth. I'm not being the stranger. That shit's weird, G. And you got a reaction for being fucking weird.
That is funny. So you think she should press charges?
Listen, I wouldn't have said press charges if it left with what it was at the place. But when you get on TMZ and you start doing interviews and all that stuff, then now you got to get the smoke. As a celebrity now, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and press the charges again. I don't even know who you are for one. Then now when you get on TMZ, now I get to know who you are and all that stuff because now your identity is out there. You put yourself out there, yeah. You put yourself out there, so now you got the consequence. Now, if we just had a scrap moment and we cool, because it's not like she was hospitalized, or maybe she was, because the girl said a story like they got to fighting again in the parking lot. Now, if that happened for sure, you know, you might take that L because you went outside and you wanted it. You got to take that L if you got your ass whooped. That's just me as a guy. I'm not saying women with that. But as a guy, if I wanted to smoke and somebody got the best of me, I'm old school shit. It's just what it happened. He whooped my ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go on TMZ and you trying to, you know, and you didn't whoop my ass or whatever, and you trying to make $1 from it, or you trying to defame me or something, you got to get this.
Yeah. No,
that's how I look at it.
I agree. I'll probably press charges. I don't care. I believe in snitching and ratting. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So, it depends on what it is.
That's not snitching or ratting. When you're assaulted, when you're assaulted, that's not because it had nothing to do with your involvement in.
Right, and she putting herself out there.
Right,
so,
you putting yourself out there. So you the dumbass for even talk. And even what she was saying on TMZ and everything, like, you don't know nothing about laws, and that's what I be talking about. Y'all just be mouthing off. And the fact of the matter is, all she said, she was talking stuff, and then you assaulted her. That puts you in the wrong. So you need some older black people to tell you a damn idiot anyway, because you don't go in there and say because she was mouthing off, you decided to hit her, or she called you a bitch, so you hit her. Bitch, that's what put you in jail, you dummy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking
about jail, they arrested that David dude that where they found that young lady, Celeste, in his Tesla car.
Yeah.
In the trunk.
Yeah.
They arrested him, and now he's in jail for the murder of Celeste.
You know what? And that's why the law is dumb as shit to me.
Why is that?
Let me explain. Dudes is getting picked up the same day for allegations. You can have a woman say he hit me, or he assaulted me, and they'll go get his ass right now.
Right.
This dude had a body in his trunk. They just getting him now.
But they didn't catch him in the act.
So, I get that. But what I'm saying is that the allegation, that was why I said what I said first. They won't catch a guy in the act, and he'll be put in jail for an allegation of a certain crime.
Because of what another person witnessed or said. So, for instance, they just couldn't say he did it because they didn't catch him. He wasn't in town. She was in, her body was in the car, and the car was in the pound. So let's just say if somebody stole the car, did he do it? He can't be blamed if somebody stole the car. So they got to do all the investigation. They had to go through the investigation because he wasn't caught red-handed.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm curious to see that, because my thing is ain't it a terrible thing? Because if he did not do this, let's say for layman's, let's say hypothetically, he didn't do this. Somebody did steal his car. I reported the car stolen. Somebody did do it, not knowing. Maybe they didn't know it was his or whatever, but they stole the car, did some dirty stuff, and put her in his trunk. Maybe it's somebody in his circle that did it, that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what tends to happen. You know what I'm saying? Most murders, you find that it was somebody that they knew, or
right,
somebody in their circle. So somebody in the circle was feeling her, got his car. Could have been, a theory could be this is a friend of his, or somebody got the car, took that mug, got her, did the deed, and dumped her body. And dumped his car. Like, no. It's curious to see, because of all that, because he owns the vehicle, his fingerprints, DNA all over this vehicle.
Yeah.
How do you distinguish whether or not he did it or not? But that's not even required for him to get arrested. So, and if you ever watch any 48 Hours or anything like that, a lot of people think it's like Law and Order, where you got to go through this whole elaborate thing before you go and arrest somebody, and you don't. They only need a little bit of thing. Right now, they got his vehicle he owned, his DNA, his fingerprints and everything, and his association with a person. That's enough for them to go and arrest him. That's it. Not I ain't got to prove that you did it or not. The cops, that's not their job to prove that you actually did it. It's their job to put you and grab evidence to say you might have did it. It's the DA and them's job to prove that you actually did it.
Right.
Now, they'll grab more evidence to help with it, so you can get convicted. But that's why I say the law is so crazy. It's that as officers, you don't need to have a slam dunk in order to get just enough. How many people are in jail right now with circumstantial evidence? It's not even really linking them, but it's circumstantial, and that was enough to put them in jail. And because of whoever the jury is, and like I said, make sure, guys, if you get jury duty, especially if you're a minority, go to jury duty, because that's what we're having an issue with, is because there's not enough of us on these juries that understand how certain cultures move to be able to keep some of these innocent people, and I'm not saying criminals, some of these innocent people out of jail. Because if you don't understand how a culture moves or how they communicate, sometimes it looks like one thing when it's not, right? So we need people to say on that, no, it didn't sound like he was angry. It just sounded like he was heated. You know what I'm saying? He was having a dispute. That don't mean he was at the point where it was enough for him to kill somebody. But it's crazy that, like I said, how it's not that he got arrested or anything. The fact of the matter is, you got some where it's like some person could just say one thing and that allegation make you go to jail right now. And then certain crimes, it's like we're going to go through something else. And let's be real, is it because he got money that it took so long? Because we talking about regular Joe Blow that just happened to have a car like that and found that evidence, he would have got arrested.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's what I mean. So the more money you got and the better lawyers you get, it'll keep you out of jail a lot longer than, regular.
I don't think he ever went to jail.
No, I don't think he ever went to jail either.
I don't think he ever went to jail, but his lawyer is talking about suing the police department for, I believe, not subpoena, with no subpoena or whatever.
Yeah, if they don't have an arrest warrant, then they shouldn't have picked him up. Because sometimes what they'll do is, we think that the arrest warrant is coming. If you supersede the arrest warrant,
right?
If you go and arrest them, like you sitting, because they'll come and sit on your house and wait on the warrant, right? If they come and get you, and then it's like, I arrested you at 10:30, the warrant came in at 12, you're not supposed to do that. So yeah, you can get your ass sued or whatever the case, and then you may even get the case thrown out because anything after that is a problem. But they also have so much time to indict you once you're arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They, depending on the state, I think sometimes it's 24, sometimes 48, sometimes 72, that they can hold you before they have to, when the clock starts. And I don't know like the actual how that particularly works, but I do know it does work like that. When you're arrested, they have so long to get you in front of the judge and put charges against you for certain stuff.
Why? Because of statute of limitation?
No, because it's unfair. If that's not the case, people will hold you in there for a year until they find a charge.
Got you.
The clock. They have to have a clock on it to say, because you might be innocent or whatever, but they give you enough time to hold just in case somebody they may want to just run, or what I'm saying, it'd be hard for you to find them, whatever. So they can hold you, but a lot of times what they try to do is make sure at least they have enough to where they can give you a charge. So when they pick you up, you in there, instead of just trying to scramble and find a reason to put a charge. But the thing about it is any little charge is crazy because, in the commission of arresting you, if they find something crazy, they can add that on to what's going on. Meaning, like, if you're in a state that don't have legal marijuana and they come in the house to arrest you for some other stuff and they find that illegal, they can't just say, we only here for this. If they see it, they got you.
Right.
And they can add that on. And even though that charge didn't, that other charge that they found when they arrest you was enough to hold you longer. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in the commission of them doing the arrest. If they find something else, they can add that on to your charge, even though it may not have anything to do with the original thing they arrested you for.
Well, shit. If I'm a police or law, and I walk in there for drugs and I see dead bodies, of course.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just how the law works.
That's how it should work. I would agree to that. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't be no cop, man. Because if it was like training day, right, and I walked in there and we do a drug bust, and let's say it's 6 of us doing this drug bust, and the whole side of the house inside the wall is just full of cash, like the temptation. Like I could take a whole bag of this money and we all get a bag and we still log
That's what
millions.
I would do.
It's crazy.
And I'm a lie to them. I got us. All you got to do is say you agree. You don't even got to lie because you're not a liar.
Yeah.
I'm over there. You know what? When we came, it was only $32 on the table. That's it.
Uh-huh.
The bags will be gone already. I already called somebody. They're going to be gone. I don't need to be in law enforcement. I don't.
Right. I could be in it, but I can't be in that type of law enforcement. Make me a meter maid or something.
I'm letting you know now. If you see an application of mine, do not hire me. I will take all of the drug money, and it will be gone.
The way the media is saying, ICE is taking anybody.
Yeah.
Long as you ain't a senior citizen or something, they pretty much putting anybody on the payroll nowadays, from what I understand.
Oh, shit. I'm about to put in an application.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even do that because I'll pull up and they be like, no, I have 100. Just go ahead and give me 100. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
That is it. You know what?
You can slip me 20s all day to get out of here.
Jose, just give me them bags of fruits and you can go.
Right. It don't even have to be that. Listen, I'll just be, I don't care who you are. If I'm with immigration and I pull up on you, and you got just something good? Right. You might be out there barbecuing or something. Go. Listen, give me this plate. I give you 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I give you a head start. Let me go ahead, eat this
Don't
plate.
Let me see you around here again. And if I do see you around here, make sure you got that other plate. Right. Make sure you take care of me.
Right. I'll be looking out for folks all day.
Nah, that's crazy. You got anything else you want to put on the table?
No, I mean, today was a good day, man. I mean, I enjoyed the show and everything. And just, like I said, I mean, what I can say is I'm getting tired of this weather, though. Because it was just 80 yesterday.
Now it's 30.
It's freaking, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing. You can't do nothing that takes any consistent time, at least a week right now. I don't know what the hell. It's April and it's 50, high 50. Here, you can't get nothing popping if you got to do anything. I want to do some stuff outside that I want to do, some painting and everything. I can't even do that because by the time I paint it, the next day it ain't gonna cure.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
It's
Something
gonna be cold. Happen. Yeah, Yeah, the weather's horrible right now. I hope it gets better because I do want to do some stuff.
Right.
I want to take my dog to the dog beach since I have a dog now.
Take your dog to the dog
and
beach.
And let her run. And
you gonna leave her there?
Probably. This bitch. Nah, I love my dog, but I want to take her there so she could run around. She'll probably get lost. She'll probably get ate by something in the water, even though we don't have sharks in Lake Michigan. But yeah, I want to try that. Take the kids to the beach, the dog.
Go ahead, take her to Rainbow Beach, and she go get stabbed with a syringe.
Probably
in the water.
Them crackheads over there. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, that wraps up the episode of Full Volume, No Filter. Even though we didn't have everybody today, it was a good show, Bugsy. Thank you. That wraps up the show. Whether you laughed, nodded, rolled your eyes, or all three, just know we appreciate you for rocking with us. From our messy mouths to your loyal ears, we love you loud. Until next time, stay real, stay loud,
and stay you.
Full Volume, No Filter.